Chosen one, pause everything and listen, because this moment is not ordinary, and what is unfolding right now is not triggered by chance, timing, or algorithm. If these words have reached you, heaven has already breached your timeline. This is a supernatural announcement, not a motivational speech. You didn't stumble into this message. You were summoned to it. There is a transfer attached to your name that will shock your family. Not because they don't love you, but because they have never seen God move like this through someone in your bloodline before. What is about to manifest carries divine fingerprints all over it. This is not provision scraped together through struggle. This is not relief money. This is funding released by God Himself, and it is designed to interrupt patterns, silence doubt, and force a reevaluation of who you are. The shock will not be the amount alone. It will be the authority that arrives with it. People who once questioned your direction will suddenly watch heaven defend it. What looks sudden to them has been forming for years behind closed doors, in tears no one saw, prayers no one applauded, and obedience that felt unrewarded. This is the moment when the unseen work becomes visible fruit. Stay until the end of this message, because the beginning is revelation, but the end is activation. Something is being transferred, something is being confirmed, and something is being sealed. This is not about money chasing you. This is about destiny catching up to you. Now, before we move deeper, participation matters here, not because God needs proof, but because alignment accelerates manifestation. If this message is resonating in your spirit, comment 99 or release a warm blessing right now. This is not engagement, it is agreement. Throughout scripture and spiritual law, movement in the unseen follows recognition in the seen. When you speak agreement, you authorize momentum. Silence does not cancel blessing, but expression activates timing. You are not convincing God, you are positioning yourself. Participation is how faith exits the private realm and enters the material one. When you mark the moment marks you. This is why altars were built, why declarations were spoken, why obedience was public. Expression anchors intention. By engaging, you are declaring, I see what heaven is doing, and I am aligned with it. This is not superstition. It is spiritual protocol. Every major shift requires agreement before arrival. As you participate, resistance weakens and flow strengthens. What felt delayed begins to move. What felt heavy begins to lift. This is the threshold where revelation turns into transaction. Now that alignment is established, we can move into what has already been decided in the unseen. Here is the truth most people don't understand. This transfer is not something you are waiting on, it is something heaven already approved. The authorization is complete. The delay was never denial, it was divine timing. What belongs to you has been held in spiritual escrow, protected until your capacity matched the calling attached to it. God does not release resources into survival mode. He releases them into authority. This transfer is not about catching up on bills or easing pressure. It is about repositioning you for influence, stewardship, and legacy. That is why it could not arrive when you were merely trying to survive. Timing matters more than desire. Elevation always precedes distribution. What you interpreted as stagnation was actually heaven arranging conditions, aligning people and shifting systems behind the scenes. The signature was already placed in the spirit. Now the physical realm is catching up. The approval didn't happen when you prayed last night. It happened long before you even understood what you were being prepared for. The reason it feels sudden now is because manifestation always moves faster than preparation. Once the gate opens, flow accelerates. What is coming is not fragile, temporary, or conditional. It is authorized, secured, and released with intention. Your family will be shocked because there is no reference point for this level of movement in your lineage. They have seen struggle, limitation, delay, and almost breakthroughs, but they have never seen overflow with authority. This shift breaks generational ceilings, and when ceilings break, the sound echoes through everyone connected to you. They may try to trace it to a job, a person, or a lucky break, but none of those explanations will fully fit. That's because this was never meant to be understood through logic. It was meant to be recognized through fruit. You are the first one God trusted with this level of responsibility. That's why you felt pressure before provision. That's why you carried weight without visible reward. This was never modeled for you because you were called to model it for them. You are the interruption in the bloodline, the one who changes what's possible. And when it happens, the shock will not come from jealousy. It will come from disbelief. They will realize that something ancient has shifted, something permanent has broken, and something new has begun through you. Understand this clearly. This is not random money, and it is not a temporary windfall. This is a heaven-backed transaction. God is not only the source, He is the signer, the guarantor, and the enforcer. This is funding released with purpose, not permission. No human explanation will fully account for how it came together because it wasn't meant to. This wealth carries divine evidence. Evidence that obedience still produces. Evidence that faith still compounds. Evidence that covenant overrides economy. When it arrives, it will feel different, not just because of the amount, but because of the peace attached to it. There will be no anxiety, no guilt, no fear of loss, only clarity. This is provision that validates calling. Wealth here is not an accident. It is proof. Proof that God finishes what He starts. Proof that seeds sown in secret are never forgotten. Proof that heaven still funds destiny. Chosen one, what you are stepping into is not a blessing layered on top of struggle. It is a reversal written into your bloodline. Long-standing cycles of lack, delay, scarcity, and almost enough are being confronted at the root. This is not about you earning more. This is about poverty losing its authority over your lineage. For generations, your family carried survival as a mindset, limitation as a norm, and struggle as an expectation. But heaven has issued a verdict, and the verdict is final. What once followed your last name is being dismantled in real time. Every hidden seed you sowed when no one could repay you is now demanding harvest. Every moment you chose integrity over compromise, faith over fear, obedience over comfort, none of it was wasted. Poverty is not being negotiated with, it is being dethroned. This is justice, not luck. Justice for nights you cried in private. Justice for prayers that felt unanswered. Justice for sacrifices that seemed invisible. What tried to stall your parents will not slow you. What limited your grandparents will not define your children. This reversal does not just change numbers, it changes identity. When poverty leaves, dignity returns. When lack breaks, authority rises. You are not stepping into more money, you are stepping out of an old sentence. The cycle ends here because heaven has decided that survival will no longer be your teacher. This blessing is designed to be visible, and that visibility is intentional. God is not hiding what He is doing through you because validation silences doubt faster than explanation ever could. This is not about vanity, it is about evidence. For too long, people questioned your decisions, misunderstood your obedience, and underestimated the weight of your calling. Heaven is now answering those questions without words. Public provision removes the need for defense. When God validates you openly, even critics are forced into silence. This visibility is not to elevate ego. It is to establish credibility. There are doors that only open when proof arrives. There are assignments that require resources as confirmation. This wealth carries testimony embedded within it. You will not have to explain how it happened, because the results will speak louder than your story. Mockers will have no language for what they see. Doubters will become witnesses. This is not about impressing people. It is about confirming divine alignment. What God is releasing through you will stand as a sign that obedience still produces fruit in a world that forgot how faith works. When heaven funds you, the rules change. You no longer operate by human permission or external approval. Doors open without knocking. Debt loses its authority over your decisions. Supply begins to overtake limitation. You stop planning your life around lack and start moving with expectancy. When God becomes the investor, fear is no longer a factor. You don't scramble, you steward. You don't chase, you attract. Grace becomes your strategy, and favor becomes your currency. Opportunities locate you. Resources align with vision. What once required effort now responds to alignment. This is not reckless abundance, it is ordered overflow. Heaven-funded provision carries peace with it. There is no anxiety attached, no fear of collapse, no pressure to prove worth. You move differently because you are supported differently. This is not just financial shift, it is operational transformation. You are learning to function from supply instead of scarcity, from confidence instead of concern. This wealth is not just payment. It is placement. God is repositioning you socially, relationally, and generationally. Rooms you once observed from a distance now open to you. Conversations you were excluded from now include you. Your last name begins to carry a different weight. Family identity shifts through your obedience. You are no longer introduced by where you came from, but by what you carry. This surge repositions you for influence, not indulgence. You are being placed where decisions are made, where direction is set, where impact multiplies. This is legacy-level movement. What flows to you is designed to flow through you, reshaping the future of your family in ways that cannot be reversed. You did not qualify publicly, you qualified privately. Heaven watched you praise in lack, give with empty hands, and remain faithful while overlooked. You stayed consistent when applause was absent. You honored God when it cost you comfort. You chose obedience when shortcuts were available. This transfer is not favoritism, it is reward. God is now honoring publicly what you endured silently. The endurance no one applauded is now producing fruit everyone will see. This is heaven's response to private faithfulness. And when it manifests, it will be clear you didn't skip steps. You survived them, chosen one. This season is not just about increase, it is about restoration. Heaven is issuing spiritual payback for what your bloodline lost through ignorance, injustice, delay, and oppression. Time that was stolen. Opportunities that were missed. Resources that slipped away because your ancestors lacked access, knowledge, or favor. God is now correcting history through you. This is divine restitution. What was taken without permission is being returned with interest. You are not starting from scratch, you are recovering ground. That's why the acceleration feels intense. Restoration always moves faster than construction. You are the repairer of the breach, the one entrusted to rebuild what collapsed before you were born. This is why you felt burdened for things you never personally lost. You were carrying ancestral grief because you were also carrying ancestral assignment. When this transfer manifests, it will feel like more than provision. It will feel like relief, like closure, like something ancient finally being set right. And understand this clearly. This is not the end of restoration. It is the beginning. You are the first breakthrough, but you will not be the last. What starts with you will multiply through those connected to you. You are stepping into a new role, one you did not ask for, but were prepared for. You are becoming the distribution center in your family line. Not out of obligation, not out of guilt, but out of divine design. God is entrusting you with overflow because He knows you understand stewardship, not selfishness. You will fund dreams that were once shelved. You will underwrite healing, education, opportunity, and vision. But hear this clearly. You are not becoming the rescuer. You are becoming the resource. There is a difference. Rescue drains. Resource multiplies. You will give from overflow, not pressure. From wisdom, not emotion. God is teaching you boundaries in abundance so that generosity never becomes burden. This is responsibility without resentment, authority without fear, overflow with purpose. You are not here to carry your family, you are here to reposition them. Every rejection you faced was not a setback, it was an investment. Every delay was compounding your return. Every closed door increased the value of the door that would eventually open. What felt like no was heaven saying, not yet. There's more being added. Favor was gaining interest while you waited. That's why when it comes full. Heaven does not release partial returns. The waiting season was not wasted time, it was accumulation time. God was stacking momentum, aligning variables, and multiplying impact. Now the harvest is maturing all at once. What took years to prepare will manifest suddenly. That's how compounded favor works. It looks slow until it's unstoppable. This is where your posture changes. You are transitioning from survival to authority. You no longer beg for provision, you authorize flow. You no longer pray in desperation, you move in direction. Money is no longer something you fear losing. It becomes something you steward confidently. You are learning to operate from supply, not scarcity. From clarity, not chaos. Authority does not mean arrogance, it means alignment. You speak differently. You decide differently. You move with confidence without needing permission. This is a new realm of provision where faith is not fragile and confidence is not loud. You know who funds you, and that changes everything. If this had arrived earlier, it would have broken you. Not because you were weak, but because capacity had not yet been built. Pressure shaped you. Silence matured you. Waiting refined you. God was not withholding, He was protecting. Early access would have produced pride, fear, or misalignment. Timing is mercy. Now you have the wisdom, restraint, and discernment to carry what once would have crushed you. The delay was not punishment, it was preparation for maximum impact. Now, when it arrives, it will elevate you instead of exposing you. Chosen one, understand this clearly. The wealth coming to you is not for comfort, it is for calling. God did not fund you so you could disappear into ease. He funded you so you could appear where others cannot go. This provision is not about upgrading lifestyle alone, it is about expanding reach. Money in your hands becomes a tool, a messenger, a multiplier. It funds healing where systems failed. It opens doors where opportunity was locked. It sends resources ahead of people who are still praying for permission to move. There is responsibility attached to this abundance, but it is not heavy, it is holy. You will feel clarity, not pressure. Direction, not confusion. God matches provision to purpose so that weight never exceeds grace. You are not being trusted because you are perfect, you are being trusted because you are aligned. This wealth carries assignment in its DNA. It will nudge you toward generosity that feels strategic, not emotional. Toward impact that outlives you. Toward decisions that ripple through communities, not just accounts. This is why your heart was trained before your hands were filled. Purpose always arrives before provision, even when it's invisible. Now the two are meeting. What you carry spiritually is finally being matched financially. And when comfort tries to become the goal, calling will realign you. This money is not meant to settle you, it is meant to send you. The real shock your family will experience is not the number, it is the transformation. They will sense authority on you before they see evidence around you. The way you speak, decide, and move will change. You will no longer shrink, explain, or over-justify your existence. The confidence will not be loud, but it will be undeniable. They will watch you step into rooms you were never invited into before. They will notice that favor now precedes you. This shift will confront old narratives they held about you, labels you outgrew in silence. From overlooked to overflowed. From questioned to confirmed. From maybe to undeniable. The money will get their attention, but the authority will hold it. They will realize that God did not just increase you, He transformed you. Identity shift always precedes visible fruit, and now both are aligning at once. What they are witnessing is not success, it is succession. A new standard rising through you. And the shock will not fade quickly, because this change is not temporary. It is structural. You are not visiting a new level, you are living there now. This is divine surprise with permanence attached. Chosen one, once the transfer manifests, discernment becomes as valuable as provision. Old voices will resurface with new motives. People who once ignored your process will suddenly feel entitled to your progress. Invitations will increase, access requests will multiply, and familiarity will try to reattach itself to your future. This is not coincidence, it is visibility. And visibility always attracts both alignment and assignment-less attachment. This is why God trained you in isolation before elevating you in public. Boundaries are not rejection, they are stewardship. You are not required to explain your decisions to those who did not carry your weight. In this season, execution matters more than explanation. Alignment is the currency that protects abundance. Not everyone who celebrates you is called to sit close to you. Discernment will help you recognize who has permission to walk with you and who must remain at a distance. This is not hardness of heart, it is maturity of calling. You will move quieter, decide faster, and share less. Not because you are afraid, but because clarity has replaced chaos. God will guide you in where to invest time, energy, and resources. You will feel an internal yes or no before logic even enters the conversation. Trust that. This season demands wisdom, not impulsiveness. What heaven released through you must be guarded so it can multiply. Stewardship now determines scale later. This shift is irreversible. There is no returning to the old version of you because life has been permanently restructured. You have crossed a threshold that does not allow retreat. What once felt unreachable now feels natural. What once intimidated you now recognizes you. This is not temporary favor, it is divine visibility. Heaven has positioned you as a portal, not just a recipient. Resources, ideas, opportunities, and solutions will begin to flow through you, not just to you. People will feel drawn to your presence without knowing why. That's not charisma, it's alignment. Your life is becoming a conduit for kingdom movement. This visibility is not about attention, it is about assignment. God trusts you to be seen because you are anchored. You are not performing, you are carrying. And because this shift is structural, it cannot be undone by opinion, attack, or uncertainty. Even your setbacks will now produce forward motion. Even resistance will confirm your placement. Heaven has marked you, positioned you, and established you. This is not a season, it is a new operating level. You are no longer waiting for permission to become who you already are. The old doors are closed behind you, and the new ones open automatically because of who you've become. Heaven is flowing through you now, and that flow will not stop. Chosen one, there will be a moment when what was spiritual becomes undeniable. It may arrive through a notification, a call, a message, a signature, or a confirmation you weren't expecting, but when it comes, it will feel like lightning. Sudden, clear, irreversible. What heaven approved in silence will announce itself in reality. The shift will not ask for permission. It will assert itself. Your family will hear the news almost in disbelief, shock followed by silence, then wonder. Some won't know what to say because words won't be enough. The speed of manifestation will surprise even you. What took years to prepare will finalize in moments. That's how divine timing works: slow formation, sudden arrival. You will recognize the hand of God immediately because there will be peace instead of panic, clarity instead of confusion. No scrambling, no fear of loss, just confirmation. This moment will mark the end of a chapter defined by waiting and the beginning of one defined by movement. Heaven does not tease, it delivers. And when it does, it leaves no ambiguity about the source. God alone will get the credit because no human explanation will fully account for how it came together at just the right time, in just the right way. Chosen one, hear this final truth and let it seal into your spirit. You were the seed hidden in obscurity, planted where no one expected fruit to grow. But heaven never lost track of you. Divine funding carries kingdom weight, and what has been released into your life is not temporary, it is structural. Your destiny is fully funded. Your legacy is planted. Your impact is secured. This transfer is not the reward, it is the resource. Not the finish line, but the foundation. What God funded through you will outlive you. Generations will feel the ripple of your obedience. Rooms will change because you entered them prepared. Futures will shift because you said yes when it was costly. This is not the peak, it is the base level of a new normal. You are not stepping into abundance to be impressed by it, but to be entrusted with it. Heaven chose you because you were faithful in the unseen, obedient in the quiet, and steadfast when quitting would have been easier. And now, the declaration stands. God funded it. Not a person. Not a system. Not a coincidence. God did. And this is only the beginning.